Officials from the Directorate of Ethics and Integrity under the President's Office have met with religious leaders and faith organizations from Karamoja sub-region to collect views on the draft of upcoming national policy on religious and faith-based organizations.
So that people would actually provide and give their views and observations. But secondly, to find solutions from the religious leaders of how, as a country, we can be able to defeat corruption, right from the family level up to the national level.
Rev Canon Aaron Mwesigye is the Director, Ethics and Religious Affairs at the Directorate of Ethics and Integrity under the President's Office.
I am appealing to religious leaders and even government at large that we should start training our children at home. Instead of giving them money to buy votes to become prefects in primary and secondary, we should instead impart values and morals that can help them in future to shun the evil of corruption.
Reverend Mwesigye explains what is in the draft of the national policy on religious and faith-based organizations.
It is meant to promote a system of accountability and transparency among the faithfuls. And when you talk of faithfuls, you're not limited to church leadership alone, but even those who go to those churches. That we can point what this policy is all about, or is meant to do, is to enhance collaboration and partnership between the religious bodies and the government.
Religious leaders had mixed reactions on the national policy on religious and faith-based organizations.
That's a movement of justice, integrity, ethics. What are the technical gaps that we need here as ethics and integrity to handle and to manage?
Because we are going to enter into how they should worship. Because some people, if someone comes to give 1 million towards the construction of the church or towards something, and then the government is saying we should regulate, the people bringing in money should bring 10,000. So that is going to give us a serious class. So we need to look at that part.
Religious leaders call for customized training for religious leaders in order to improve on their quality.
So if we say certificate, and again another person has opened the university with maybe 2 buildings, and there are no maybe good lecturers who have studied well to certain higher levels. So these training colleges should be centralized, should be centralized.
And the churches themselves to capture a clause in the policy that talks about what kind of leaders do they want and what kind of education or training should they begin with. So in other words, the kind of training should be customized.
Resident District Commissioner Moroto George William Wopua officiated the meeting and narrated the challenges they face in fighting corruption.
So when you see peace, no better corruption cases is important. It is not because the corruption cases are not there. The anti-corruption agencies fear. As other issue, you make the reports, and they come back and say, you know, it is the other issues following you. It's not me. That's the police officer telling you. And they know here, that is a
The meeting was attended by a cross-section of religious leaders from the Catholic, Anglican, Pentecostal churches and Islamic faith. I'm Rev Farida and Maureen Yiga.